Hello! This is live. It's working, I think. Okay. I'm doing this as a let's stream. I know that my quality is a little bit worse than it usually is. It's because I'm on my PS5 live streaming from it. But I do have a microphone, and I noticed it picks up basically everything. Um, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful how much I talk and how loud and everything. So I have to keep it at this level. Yeah. Yeah, today we're playing Last of Us Part 2 Remastered that just released, which included new content. I read there was commentary, and that was the thing I was interested of, because it was a year since I played The Last of Us Part 2, um, and that was on the patched PS5 version, so it was at 60 FPS. Yeah,
Screen reader off. Enables narr.
I don't want that. Um, I have a very hard time seeing
Screen read.
where the cursor is at. Is it the? Okay. HR on. Performance. I can bring up the contrast a little bit. I think that's good. Subtitles on. Medium background. No, we don't need a background. Names, sure. Name color, sure. Direction, nah. Color. Give it white. Audio, dynamic range. Auto medium. Why did the dynamic range have more volume increase between quiet and loud settings? Guess I'm gonna have it at auto. I have it at medium. Oh, I don't want to. Accessibility. Nope. Continue. Sony Interactive Entertainment presents. That very cool PlayStation Studios intro thingy. Naughty Dog. And there's that cool looking loading screen. Okay. We have a couple of new options here. So we have no return. Extra. Guitar replay. Speedrun recap. Model viewer credits. Behind the scene look into the making of The Last of Us. Lost Devil concept behind the scenes. Commentary. Come. But but I want to have it on. I have finished the story. I have played the story. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna take my phone. There must be some kind of way to actually turn it on, because I have finished this game like twice. The Last of Us Remastered. Or Part 2 Remastered. Part 2 Remastered. Turn on director commentary. Yeah, people are complaining on Reddit that it needs to be on. Ooh. All right. Guess I'm just gonna have to play the game, and then play it again. God damn it. Import game. Oh, yes. Ah, there we go. That's good, I checked that. Am I gonna get all the achievements now? Okay, we're gonna have to sit a little bit. Because it's probably gonna give me all of the achievements now. This is the fastest way I've earned achievements. Okay, done. Okay. Commentary. Okay, there we go. I need to have this on. Now we can go to story. We have New Game Plus. Do I want to bring my equipment from previous playthroughs? To be honest, no. I think I'm playing on moderate again. Apply pre-roll bonuses also to ammo capacity upgrade for some other pistols. Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna have commentary. It's gonna be interesting to listen to. A Naughty Dog game.
Hi, I'm Neil Druckmann, and I was the director and co-writer Hi, my name
Hi,
is
Neil.
Hallie Gross, and I was the co-writer and narrative lead.
I'm Ashley Johnson.
Hi, Ellie.
And I play Ellie.
Hi, I'm
Ashley.
Troy Baker, and I play Joel.
Hi, Troy.
This whole scene came about because we were trying to figure out how do we recap the previous game just enough for people that haven't played it, or might have been so many years they don't even remember it. So we thought, oh, Joel could confess to Tommy.
And this was, I don't know why I dug my heels in, and I was like, I do not agree with this. And I had such a problem with it because I felt like this was a secret that Joel was going to take to his grave, and he would just bear this sin. And it wasn't until we were on set, and I'm sitting across from Jeffrey, and I'm watching him just listen to Joel. And every take, we went deeper and got better, and more truth came out.
It's really small, but you're right, it's really powerful and intimate of this exchange between these brothers, of just how far they've come since he's rejoined Jackson.
Yeah. It's become one of my favorite scenes. The meticulousness of this task of fixing up a guitar. And I remember you saying specifically is like, you're really trying to get the grime out. And to me, how that mapped to what he's trying to do in this scene with this conversation is I'm just trying to get every last bit of dirt out.
In the original game, we didn't cut to a close-up of Joel and seeing like what was his emotional state coming into that operating room.
Because
That
we were
look
playing
from
it.
Tommy.
What do you do?
I love this right here. I saved her. And we wanted some darkness around that statement of like, the implication is I did whatever I needed to do to get her out of there.
And the justification, that comes from that.
That is the central question, right? And I think that opening the game on that line is so important because Joel really does believe he saved her. And that's the question for Ellie throughout the game of, did he?
It's very much throughout the
I
first
remember
game
just
that
so much work we
Ellie
did on
had a
this
choice,
soundscape
but
right here of just leaving you with that kind of
to do
uncomfortable
this, go to
feeling
this
of,
hospital, but it's more like
it was a good thing, but there was
Joel's
definitely a lot of
choice to
darkness around
save
it.
her, believing he saved her.
It's a great scene for Tommy as well. And now he has to carry the weight
Right.
of this thing that his brother did. Right now he's not feeling great about it.
That's so. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
He's also a family guy, so on some level he gets it.
What does Ellie know?
And he gets obviously he knows what Joel has been through and why that decision was so important for him.
I told her they just ran some tests.
There's something to me that hits me every time when Ellie rolls over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I caught it as much. I don't think I was aware of it. Like, Neil, you being a parent, you're more familiar with some of those gestures than I was, or I am now. Traveler will do this, where he will, when I put him to bed or whatever, and he's ready to go to sleep, or he needs to be alone with his own thoughts, he'll do that turn. And it never really hit me that that's what Ellie is doing, is just, okay, I'm done talking about this now. I just kind of want to be private in my own thoughts.
Which is also an interesting juxtaposition that's happening here, is we're getting to see the moment he was lying to her while he's confessing the truth to his brother. And the differences in those two relationships now. And it's, despite how much they've been through and how much Ellie has become an equal of sorts, he still sees her as his child. And if he has to lie to her to protect her, he will. It was important to get this final handoff of playing as Joel one last time as this beautiful sunset ride towards Jackson before we fully kind of hand off the baton to Ellie.
Yeah. This game is beautiful. I do need to turn down the audio a little bit for me, because it's a bit loud. See, there. Oh yeah, is the film grain on? I don't... It feels like there's some kind of film grain. Oh yeah, DualSense. Where's it enabled now? But it's on. Enable adaptive triggering. Is it because I'm using a DualSense Edge controller? I'm confused. I'll check one thing. Yep. I don't know if I want motion blur on. I have to feel it in. I'm a little confused why what is speed to vibration? Let's turn it on. I'm a little bit confused why bow resistor doesn't want. To modify this setting, enable adaptive triggers. No do I. Yeah, I can feel the horse like moving with the vibrations. It's very cool. I do want to turn on the sensitivity a little bit because it's a little bit low. Oh. Controls. A little bit more. Yeah, a lot better. Oh, sorry. Here's Jackson. We'll really feel the horse like standing on the ground. That's cool.
Almost there. Yeah.
Open up.
We worked so hard on these transitions to go from cutscene to gameplay, and it was just a change in tech.
I'm just gonna. Since they're talking, I'm not gonna feel the whole speech to vibration. I'm gonna turn it up. Turn it off.
That we had from the first game to the second game, where the first game, all the cinematics were pre-rendered. Now that they were real time, there was a lot of effort put into just these seamless transitions in and out of gameplay.
About what we were talking about earlier.
This is a great moment.
I can't say I'd have done different.
And you have to wonder, is Tommy telling the truth? Or does he know it's too late to do anything about it? And that's the best truth to put out there.
There's also something, it's just occurring to me now, but I think confessing to Tommy really speaks to sort of the themes of the game of how hard it is to be alone and to carry things alone. And even Joel can't do it at a certain point and needs to unload on Tommy. And so what it is for Ellie to isolate further and further and further and carry her secrets alone more and more and more.
There's her little house.
I discovered some people don't realize that her house is the
garage.
Exterior garage of Joel's house.
Look, she's drawing a deer. Oh, and you're hearing Sean James' song, which was the song we did for the teaser trailer.
Ellie?
Shout out to the environment team that had to build several different versions of this room, as Ellie has lived in it for longer and longer and got more and more of her items from the old world that she's obsessed with.
Lava lamp.
I love this moment of just like, hey, how do you...
Jesus.
Do you both remember when we did this scene live on stage, just for an audience of 100, 200 people? I forget exactly. Like, Jeff Keighley set up this one night live, and I wrote the scene just for that. But in the back of my mind, I knew already this would be the opening for the second game.
Oh yeah, and that was some of that was streamed except for this scene. That was just for the audience.
We did not stream the scene.
There was this, I remember we got it, and then, as often happens, there's a team of people that kind of come up to you, and after you go, cut, best that one, that's the take we can go with, and people just kind of clouded around you, and there was a conversation that was happening. We were trying to figure out what it was, and I saw you do your, everything's okay, it's okay, it's fine, it's fine. And then afterwards, you tell me this story that in Uncharted 3, the ship capsizing was one of the most resource-draining, almost game-breaking things that you guys had, one of the most ambitious set pieces you'd ever done. And then in the Left Behind DLC, the photo booth was one of the most resource-draining, almost game-breaking things. He goes, up until you decided to put your thumb in your belt loop.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so actually that's funny because you did that, Joel initially didn't have his shirt tucked in. But in order to honor, again, this little gesture that you did, redesigned his clothing. And the way we did clothing on this game is we actually sourced the actual material and scanned it. So we had to source the shirt, the pants, the belt, scan it, so we could do this one gesture that you did, which was like looping your thumb around your belt.
Trusting you.
Oh yeah, I have to play as well.
From a writing standpoint, this was a tricky scene because we have to reestablish these characters and their relationship, but also show there's something hanging over them. That there's, we had to honor the ending of the first game, that moment of okay, of lie, that again, Ellie knows something is off, but she doesn't quite know how to deal with it or how to move past it. Right, so this scene has like, you see at the beginning, she's trying to get rid of him, and then he wins her over by playing the song, and like she softens by the end of it. And it's interesting, they talk about of like, you promised you would teach me how to play the guitar, and they're talking about like promises and oaths and the idea of keeping your promises. And we know this lie is hanging over them.
I love this opportunity this song gives Ellie to watch him.
Yeah.
Without confrontation.
And again, there's so much beautiful acting that you're doing here, Ashley. I know these compliments are making you uncomfortable, but it's like, look how much she's processing.
Yeah.
You could see it. You could feel it. And again, talking about when characters make eye contact versus not, is like, only when he finishes that he finally allows himself to look up.
Barely.
Barely right there.
It's a very intimate thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been more nervous than I was in that scene playing that song.
Were you more or less nervous when you did it live?
For some reason, playing music live to me feels a little bit more at home. But also, I don't know if I fully understood what that song meant to you, Neil. And knowing what it was going to mean now to other people once they played the game. And now there was context to it. Now there was story.
They care about each other so much.
The lighting. Lighting is so gorgeous here. And this was the same pun we had when you both did it live.
Do you remember the joke?
And you could see the shift in Joel. Like that song has just shifted the relationship a little bit. It moved the needle.
Mm-hmm. He's standing up a little taller.
It's time consuming.
I love how much he's just trying to reach out to her on her terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still got that in
Giving
him.
her space.
Yeah.
Still got that.
Yeah.
Good night, kiddo.
And this again, this writing is the same. It's like how this ended was the same as the live version, where you just play the low E. Well, I guess with the capo it would be an E, but boom, and just let this ominous note linger. Interesting parallel. In Last of Us Part 1, Joel wakes up after the multi-year jump
Was
to a knock at the door.
Was that an accident?
No, that was by design.
Sorry, I totally overslept. Just give me a minute and I'll
Yeah, initially we had the whole dance and the kiss in the beginning, and then once we moved it to the end, we had to kind of, through exposition and dialogue, hint at what happened.
It was just Dina being Dina. It's just Dina being Dina.
I was talking about your fight with Seth. Wait, you kissed Dina?
I love that scene kind of plays out like an awkward thing between them as if they had kissed last night, which is really funny.
Yeah.
You know, it has this like kind of morning after feel, but it's like not about them, which is really charming.
I would never. Yeah, that's true.
This is so Ashley awkwardness right here.
I love it. VV awkward. Like, don't point, don't bring attention to something that I did, please.
It's kind of fucked up you did that.
Jesse's the coolest guy.
He
Look at him.
is.
He's like, he kissed his girl, and he's like, I'm fine.
Yeah. Smells fine. So
Alrighty.
tired.
What are we doing? Oh, jacket.
Okay. Sure.
Let's check your thing. Cinematic description. There is provides a spoken description of key visual elements in the scene. Okay. I was so confused about the difference between them. Gotta have the knife.
Hey, is Joel up?
We got reports of infected out north. We had sent him and Tommy out early to scout.
That sucks.
Yep. Can't imagine they got much sleep. Definitely not as much as you.
Shut up. I was just about to get up. I was.
You got everything?
Yes.
Heads up. You're the talk of the town this morning.
What?
Let me see if I got this right. You kissed Dina,
She kissed me.
which triggered Seth to call you a not-so-nice word.
Yep.
Then Joel decked him,
More of a push.
and then you got mad at Joel. That part confused me.
It was a strange night, man.
Sounds exciting. Maria wants a word with you.
Oh god.
Where is she?
The diner.
Is this about Seth?
No clue.
Just tell her you never saw me.
Nope.
Where's your fucking loyalty?
Excuse me?
Hey, so... we're okay, right?
You and me? Yeah, of course. Dina and I are done.
I know. It's just... I don't want you to think...
Ellie, we're cool. Promise.
Thanks.
Such a cool area. This really shows how life is. Like, there's kids playing, sliding over there, having fun. There's a doggo.
Hey, old timer. Yeah, get a good scratch.
People standing by the fire talking, people working. The person who made the theme song, playing his banjo, which is cool.
Hey, Jesse.
Oh, hi.
Sensitivity need to be higher. It's so low. Okay, I'm gonna keep it at that. Hopefully it's good enough.
Want to grab some breakfast?
No. Where's Maria?
In the back.
Excuse me.
Oh, Seth.
There you are. Come here.
Oh, Seth.
Yeah, remember this scene was.
I don't want to hear what that big
I mean, so much of the story is about forgiveness and letting go of stuff, and how Ellie specifically struggles with that. And this was a pretty minor example of that.
Turns out I really struggle with it because I still hate this scene. I'm like, fuck that guy.
I know,
He's
me
trying.
too.
Look at him. He's
Doesn't work.
Steak sandwich. He's trying so hard.
Look how he wrapped it with a bow.
The way he starts with like, look.
Aw.
I'm like, yo, look you.
Yeah, don't looky hear me. Let's just.
Oh, now it's her fault.
Great job.
Yeah, this scene makes me so mad. Hey, I'm trying to apologize, you little bitch. You're like, what?
Made you some sandwiches.
Okay.
Or steak.
Thank you, Seth.
Didn't we discuss cutting Baguette sandwich because people had such a hard time understanding it at first?
Yeah, they kept hearing bacon sandwich.
Bacon sandwich. Yeah.
Bigot sandwich was that?
Bigot sandwich?
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
What you got there?
Bigot sandwiches.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Smells good.
Hallie, you wrote that, didn't you?
I don't know.
It just bigot sandwich feels
It does feel
V
very
Hallie
Hallie.
to me.
Bigot sandwiches. Okay.
When you go out, I want you to trade off with Tommy and Joel. Those boys have been up for far too long.
Where do I meet them?
If you go up to the Northwest Lookout, they're scheduled to arrive later today. But watch yourself. I mean, there's too many sightings of infected recently.
Of course. I was gonna check out the creek trails. I'll need someone else to cover it.
Ellie, you know the creek trails?
Not really.
Dina's done it a bunch. I'll have the two of them take it.
Well, that solves that. Ellie, can I talk to you for a sec?
So,
Look, I don't know what's going on with you and Joel.
Maria,
Guy really cares about you. And I'm sure he didn't mean to.
we're fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to pry. Be safe.
Thanks.
Yo, Dina! Assignments!
Just give me a minute.
Oh, this is Dina's big intro.
Oh, here she comes. I'm Shannon Woodward. I play Dina. I had a really hard time hiding behind nothing here.
Oh, that's the thing that's so hard about sometimes acting in these things is that you like the kids weren't there, and then we like later captured kids and kind of constructed all the pieces.
Hey. This is a me lean. I love to lean.
I just want to say sorry for running off last night. I actually really love this scene.
I totally get it. I felt bad.
I love the one-liners that you guys kind of riffed on when we were doing the combat stuff for the snowball fight.
Oh my god.
I still die laughing when I hear you guys insulting children.
And I think that was really, a lot of that was just my instinct.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Your parents
funny.
don't love you.
Yes. Yeah, and then I think eat snow, you
Eat
little.
snow?
No, I
Yes.
think you little shits. Yeah. Because I think you were like eat snow, and then I said eat snow, you little shit. I think it's like.
I love name calling children.
What the fuck? I'm not even playing.
Interesting parallel is Ellie doesn't want to do any of this until she gets hit with a snowball, and then it's like, let's make these motherfuckers pay, which is again is a really lighthearted moment of what this whole story's about.
Better run, you little shit. Holy shit. Get to cover. Go. Oh, gotcha. We're on the board, suckers. Oh, dang it. Eat that. Fuck yeah. Frick. Don't tell your mom.
I'm so good
like
at
that?
aiming.
Ow!
Damn.
Okay.
Arm on that kid.
No. Oh, suck it, you tiny. In your face.
Come here.
Eat
I'm gonna
snow.
bully this one kid.
See you. I'm gonna come over there
Hey.
and bite you, like for real. Ha! Fair. Boom. Eat snow, you little shit. We're winning. Oh, okay. Ow! I know where you live, Alex. miss me. See you. Ow! Who taught
Oh
you
shit!
that?
I'm losing
You
now.
better hide.
Yeah, you better run. You better run.
Oh, what a shot! Come on.
Oh.
Your parents don't love you.
Your parents don't love you.
Ow! I got her.
There we go.
No fair.
Eat it, shrimps.
Hey!
How's it feel?
No! Get her! Help me! You'll never get away with this!
Get off of her, you monsters.
Hey!
All right. We actually have some work to do. Scram.
Man.
I guess I asked for that, huh?
Yep. Let's go.
Oh, that's funny.
So, Jesse wants us to do the creek trails. He's gonna relieve Joel and Tommy.
Oh, that's nice you assigned us together. You're gonna like this route.
Morning, girls.
Morning.
Hello.
Hey, ladies. I'll bring them in.
Thank you. All of the horse acting was always very funny to me because how that works is you have somebody holding on to a rope and you're just kind of
Pulling it along.
pulling them around. And it would always make me laugh.
Fun fact, the guy in the stable there is Yuri, who plays Spider-Man in the Spider-Man Insomniac game.
That's
Oh.
Yuri.
And this was another big scene. Anytime we have a big scene like this, we can only have so many actors in the volume, so this is captured in pieces. And I remember, like, Troy played one of, like, the people kind of like, and they were improvising, talking crap in the background.
Yeah, and it's not there anymore. There was a bit where he said something kind of goading to me, and it's not there anymore. But then every take we did, I'd call him a new name that I thought was, like, embarrassing. I'd be like, listen, Chad.
You come back. Be smart about it.
Wait, I actually didn't know there's only a certain amount of people you can have in the volume?
Get going.
Yeah, just because we start losing data after a while, so to track all the little balls and stuff. It gets fuzzy. Like above 8, I think it just like gets more expensive, and you're more likely to be error prone, so it needs more cleanup.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Laura Bailey, and I played Abby in The Last of Us Part 2.
Hi, Laura. Love you in Critical Role.
And here we have the introduction of this crew, the Salt Lake City crew.
There's Neil.
Self-insert. And here we have Laura Bailey waking up. This was a repeating motif from the first game of these characters that are haunted by some horrible trauma and can't sleep.
The lighting is really nice here. It's really nice everywhere.
We debated quite a bit of like how much do we want to reveal for this character when you're about to play as her, versus how much we want to hold off for like the second half of the game when you get to see more of her. Remember, we iterated a lot of how much snow he should have on him because he was just outside.
This is one of the audition scenes, I think.
What were you dreaming about?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Was I talking?
You're doing here.
It's important to know that we did not want to cast you in this role.
I've heard tell that you did not.
Just because you're in so many things and you're so iconic. But you are the best. And once we saw your audition, there was no turning back.
What are you gonna do, you know?
Trust me.
You painted us into a corner, Laura Bailey.
You're welcome.
Come on. This way.
It's cold.
How long have I been? About an hour.
You sure you don't want to do this when the sun's out?
A little bit more.
And it's warmer?
I do want to check out the
No.
Lost Levels, which
Can't
takes
wait.
place.
And you don't want to
before,
just tell me?
all this, during the
You need to
party
see
where Dina kissed Ellie.
What are you doing wandering around out here by yourself?
Been restless.
You too?
Feel like the farther south we go, the prettier it's gotten.
You want to keep going? Just drive all the way to Mexico?
I've thought about it.
You can see Manny's hometown.
Yeah, I don't see that living up to his stories somehow.
Yeah, no, probably not. You did all this in the dark?
Yes. Now come on.
So cool with the snow, how... Okay, now when they're not... when they are talking... So cool how the snow particles fly and everything will land.
We keep going like this, we're gonna be tired for today's trip.
It's not that far.
Hey, is Mel okay? She seemed out of it these past few days.
She'll be fine.
You stop being weird, you're freaking me out.
I'm not being weird.
Jump into the water.
Careful jumping over these.
Ah, cold water. Oh wait, does the ice break? Oh, it does, but it doesn't have like a such big effect. That's cool.
Are you breaking up with Mel?
What? No. You wish.
Oh, I want to.
I've had my fill. Thank you.
That must be really, really cold.
You're gonna have to run to make it.
Yeah, sorry.
You can do it, I can do it.
I don't read the on-screen instructions that much.
Ouch.
We can't all be as graceful as you.
Clearly.
What is that?
You'll be fine.
It's too high.
Come on.
Oh yeah, she has a phobia of heights.
Shit.
Hey, eyes on me. Abby. Stop looking down.
I remember if you were to
Owen, do we have to go back this way?
Consider it an opportunity to work on your
he gets all
fears.
freaked out.
How about I work my foot up your ass?
Abby, stop flirting.
This is the first real big choice this character makes, Abby, of do we turn back or does she choose justice?
We made it.
She's gonna end up choosing justice, just like Ellie does later many times.
Choosing obsession.
You know.
It's a fucking city.
Yeah.
It's also important to note that, you know, when you're acting in this, there's nothing there. You're in this blank white volume, and we're like, okay, it's snowing. You got to act like you're freezing. There's a town in the distance.
It's, you know, so weird though. Like, I never, when I like try to remember a scene or remember performing that moment, I never think of it in terms of like, oh, right, we were in this gray volume. I always had like this visual of every set that was actually supposed to be there. And I think of it in those terms.
But I think that's a unique skill that only some actors have.
Really?
And other actors without the set, without the costume, they can't get into it. They can't lose themselves the way like you and Troy and Ashley do.
When I did this audition, Troy was reading opposite me because he was doing all of the Abby auditions.
Sure, they'll be happy.
And
That's right.
he forgot all of the lines in this particular scene. And we were just like making stuff up. I remember thinking like, that went really well.
These scenes can be very tricky to write, but they're also a lot of fun where you're just given hints of this relationship. And obviously there's this some kind of triangle here between Abby, Owen, and Mel. And Abby does a very poor job of hiding her feelings.
It's not just that, though.
Should I say congrats?
When everyone else sees this, they're going to want to turn back.
But it's just interesting that,
We can convince him.
you know, Owen, we're setting up here, he plays this moral conscience for this group. And even here, he's trying to give Abby a way out.
Count on you.
Abby, you want, but not at any cost.
Not at any cost. So it's like there's a line here for justice that he's not willing to cross. And she hasn't found her line yet.
Well, it's also like selflessness versus selfishness, right? He now has, even with nothing else, he now has a baby he has to think about, right? Which is the same for Dina, which is the same for Jesse, which is the same for Joel. But she is only thinking about herself.
Well, one could argue she's also thinking about her father, that this is all coming out of love, the love she had for her dad, and the injustice that they all experienced in his brutal murder by Joel's hands.
Okay, I'm gonna stop there. New manual. There we go. I'm gonna go back to the main menu. Sorry, I went quiet for a second. Someone talked to me. Yeah, the Jackson party. Ellie nervously attends the party in Jackson. This level was set in an unfinished pre-alpha state, reflecting that state when it was originally cut from the game. This level does not have spoken dialogue, only placeholder lines shows as subtitles. Okay. And we're gonna play this. We're gonna have developer commentary and introduction video on. So let's check this out.
You're about to play an unfinished level from The Last of Us Part 2. The reason we added this section is there are a few sequences, and we picked the 3 of the best ones, that we cut from the game. You know, often we build a game that's much bigger than what ends up being the final product. They were months away from being finished, but we wanted to give you an insight of what it's like when we built the game, because often we have this whole thing constructed and it doesn't have final art or audio or dialogue. And here you get to see the building blocks of what it's like when we first string a bunch of these levels together. This is the intro to the first deleted level, and this one is the roughest of the 3. We wanted to show more of how Jackson operates. So this is the festival where Ellie ultimately kisses Dina. This sequence would have come very late in the game as a flashback sequence while you're in the farm with Dina. And we wanted to show what is the rest of Jackson doing, and wanted to put on the stick, make it interactive. So you could see when you're outside, there are all these almost like carnival games that you can play. You could mix drinks, you could play with these kids that are playing a sort of clicker Marco Polo, sit down and listen to conversations. And all the different interactions were first or second pass, very, very early passes. The building blocks are there, but nothing is final. And ultimately, while we were very excited by this sequence, it's pretty fun and lighthearted. It just slowed things too much as we're barreling towards the end of the story at this point. So again, reminder, rough, missing audio, missing animation, missing gameplay tweaks, missing dialogue, but pretty representative of what it would have been. So enjoy.
Thank you, Neil. I'm gonna have to do the reading. Long exhale. What the fuck is wrong with me? He's drinking. Alright. Let's do this. Why is she standing here drinking? That's my first thought. We have a speech bubble here.
Originally, This level was going to transition us to farm. We would go all the way through to the dance, where Ellie and Dina share their first kiss. Then we would play through farm, and when Ellie plays the guitar at night, she would remember the Seth incident. So, the opening for this was a little tricky. We needed it to match at least a little what you might expect emotionally coming from prior beats, because we were already purposefully disorienting you in time and space. Remember, you just came from this huge fight. To jump straight into it would have been a little too jarring. After some back and forth, we rooted it in Ellie's nerves, calling back to her hands shaking in the theater. But this time, for a much more innocuous reason we'll find out later. She's nervous because she has a crush on Dina, who is the only reason why she's here at the dance.
Okay. Yeah, you can see stuff over rough like the texture on this house. Yeah. Yeah, you see it's in a rough state. Let's see.
Something we really wanted to do was highlight the way their lives had turned upside down since she went down this path. We had this idea of recontextualizing all of our usual gameplay mechanics that were designed for really violent ends. The workbench, door bashes, throwable weapons, and even the infected, which is my personal favorite. Peppered throughout the level are moments of levity or shared history, all the while seeing how happy and mundane they all were before her huge revenge odyssey.
Okay. So now we can check this place out.
It is not a festival without one of these throwing games. This one, of course, uses our throwable system where you're often chucking explosive things or stunning things, but for a more wholesome purpose, although some people take this game really seriously. A fun aspect of this is if you did well, you could win a toy here. Ellie would place it in her pocket. If you had done this, you'd find the toy with JJ, the baby, later back at the farm. When we cut this, the toy made it through anyway because it was so cute. It is the same one you see on the tractor at the farm. Ollie the elephant.
That's cool. Let's play. Nice try, Ellie. Shut up, the game is rigged anyway. I guess I didn't win.
The makeup artist is pretty simple. It's one of those little in-game scenes we peppered in to make it feel like Ellie had roots in the town. Hallie, our writer, mentioned that in her mind, an ex-girlfriend of Ellie's tattooed her arm to cover up her scar. So we figured this might be the only time you get to see that. We wanted to hint at it and allude to it and make it feel like there had been so much more that had been happening and so much more that Ellie threw away.
Okay. Hey Ellie, come sit. Cat. How's the tattoo doing? It's fine. Does the job. We should touch it up. Maybe we can add something else. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Here's another commentary bubble.
We use our workbench a lot to make a lot of things that kill and maim and hurt people. Here, we had the silly idea of using the same feel, harkening back to the same animations, using the exact same UI to instead fix a drink. Like the workbench, you could pick your base, and then you could add something to it. And at the time, we had some different reactions from Ellie based on how strong you chose to make the drink. Something we wanted to prototype, though, before it got cut, was picking up some ingredients around to add, like a lime or maybe a bottle of someone's favorite whiskey or salt, like you were earning upgrades. We also toyed with having Ellie carry around the drink you made and occasionally sip it, psyching herself up to go talk to Dina inside because she's nervous. It got too noodly, though, because she would need to keep placing it somewhere before she did anything, so it would have ended up more trouble than it was worth.
Okay. Cool concept. Bourbon, beer, tequila. Yeah, you can see it's very rough. He's not holding anything correctly and stuff. That's actually pretty good. Even if I say so myself. I'm not that huge a fan of tequila. Here's another game. Step aside, people. Okay. Watch out for the kid. Don't smack the kid in the head. Okay. Nuts. Well, it really shows how this is a what to say. They want to reuse the concept of how the game works.
This is one of my favorite sections because I think that it achieves both the slice of life aspect of Jackson while also being a stark reminder of how dark the world that they live in really, really is. To attract attention and curiosity, one of the kids was supposed to make this adorable, messed up little clicker impression, and the others would giggle. We tried a version where if you got close enough, the kid might try and follow you a little before turning back. Since clickers are blind and move by echolocation, for this game of messed up tag, Ellie must close her eyes and listen for when the children give themselves away. The thought was that these kids are in relative safety. They still grow up with the dangers of clickers and runners, and all those lessons would embed themselves in the games that they play. When the festival got cut, they tried to preserve this moment and move it to the front of the game where the snowball fight is, as a tutorial. However, being in the headspace of a clicker doesn't really teach you how to deal with them. Eventually, it evolved, and they instead made the snowball fight, which was, I think, way more effective. For me, it's character illuminating that not only does Ellie know this game, she plays along. There's a familiarity with the kids that's really nice to see, especially because it's such a difference from the Ellie we see later, who has a sort of hollow normalcy that she's trying to get with JJ, but kind of fails.
Ah, gotcha. Ha. Oh, fuck you, Ellie. You're not even playing. Wow, a kid that young saying that. Oh, no. That's very strange. Yeah, let's get one of the kids. Oh, they jumped her. Oh, ow, hit her head. Okay, okay, you win. That's cool concept they had there. Got a little sitting thing here. You can probably sit. Alright, Bobby has a thing to sit down and chill. We have a thing here. What could this be?
There's a hidden spot at the back that was just a bit of fun. It was highlighting Jackson's normalcy with something we would find in a real world. In the back, you would find teenagers finding some alone time with each other in a dark corner of a party.
Oh.
It was rewarding the player for peeking into a hidden corner, but ultimately redirecting them back to the festival. We also had versions of them smoking weed here, despite Maria's consternation, probably having gotten it from Eugene.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's everything here. Let's go to the door. That's Maria. And there's Tommy. Alright, that's cool. Well, now I checked out a little bit of The Last of Us, this remastered version. I'm gonna continue playing this pure audibly when I have time, and we see more into the minds of the actors and the writers and everything, how they made this game, and checking out the lost level as they come along. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream.